Minister, in recent weeks, Gript has spoken to several SPAG teachers who say that they're uncomfortable with the new junior cycle curriculum because they say that approved textbooks are encouraging them to teach that gender is fluid and that children can change their gender. So my question is, do you personally believe this? Would you say that a 13-year-old can change their gender identity? And if not, why should teachers be expected to teach that?
Look, just in terms of the whole SPHE and the changes that have been introduced, that they were introduced as a consequence of enormous public consultation. And indeed, you will be aware that many of the management bodies, both religious and lay management bodies, have all endorsed the new programme that's out there. It speaks to issues of today, whether it's domestic violence, whether it's safety online, whether it's mental health and well-being, whole variety of issues. And significant training has been provided as well. It was rolled out for first year last year, moving into the junior cycle field of things. In terms of textbooks, I want to be very clear about the textbooks. There is a curriculum. Schools have the autonomy to choose or not to choose a textbook, so long as it meets the curriculum demands. But to be fair, that autonomy, and I trust the professionalism of the staff, that they choose the books that represent the curriculum. So that autonomy is there.
But Minister, I mean, you're the Minister for Education, and as you know yourself, there's significant controversy around this among parents when we're talking about gender ideology, among teachers, as I've said, and you know that much of that feedback that you're talking about, the public consultations that were done, resulted in significant backlash specifically to the gender identity parts of the curriculum, which are contained within the NCCA specifications. So again, just to come back to my original question, do you believe that a teenager of, say, 13, 12 years old can change their gender? Is that something that you believe personally?
Again, I'm going to say to you, the curriculum as laid down for SPHE was brought about as a consequence of public consultation. All of the bodies... I'm being very clear here.
But I'm sorry, you're really not being clear, Minister. Yeah. Again, I'm asking you a simple question.
My personal view is that every child in school, irrespective of their gender, their background, their ideology...
That's a different question, though. It is. I mean, of course, everybody agrees, without exception, that children, of course, should be treated with respect and they should be included. Of course, we all agree with that. My question is, do you believe that a child of 12 or 13 years old can change their gender? That's the question. It's not about should people be respected. Of course they should be respected. This is about something that many teachers are concerned about, many parents are concerned about. They've raised this to you in various formats, letters, emails, public consultation processes. Is this a belief that you hold? And the fact that you're not willing to say that this is something that you believe, does that not indicate that it shouldn't be on the curriculum at all?
No, in actual fact, you're asking me, as Minister for Education, do I stand over the curriculum that is presently being exercised in our classes? And I stand over the curriculum. It is the curriculum that has been endorsed by all of the management bodies, engagement with unions, engagement with parents, engagement with the general public, and this is the ultimate, curriculum that has been provided for.
So you stand over the curriculum when it says that children can change their gender?
I stand over the curriculum that is provided for by the Department of Education and signed off by all of the different bodies, including management bodies, including religious bodies, religious representative bodies, and the wider consensus that's out there.
Well, the very last question on that, I don't want to take up too much time, but I mean, would you not understand how some people will say this is effectively like passing the buck? Because, you know, you're the Minister for Education. Of course, you have the ultimate responsibility over what children are being taught at a national level in classrooms across the country. And yet you're here saying, oh, well, I approve what these various state agencies said and these bodies. And it's almost like an attempt to pass the responsibility around. What I'm asking you for your position as the Minister who's in charge of all of these groups, they report to you, not the other way around. Again, do you think that that's the kind of thing that should be on the curriculum? That's all I'm asking.
I'm going to say to you, the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment have been tasked with coming up with curricula right across a whole variety of subjects. To devise that curricula, there was significant public consultation. As a consequence of that, a curriculum was devised. I stand over the process as Minister for Education. I stand over the curriculum that's there as Minister for Education. As indeed, as I pointed to you, so do many, many other bodies who've been engaged in this process.
But they're not the Minister.
And again, for about the fourth time, I'll say to you, as Minister for Education, I stand over the process of consultation that took place, and I stand over the curriculum that has been designed in this respect.
Thank you, Minister.